There we go.
All right,
All right, start over.
I will not do that. But thank you. But anyway, look for that. If you see coaches being board approved in the middle of, sometimes it's going to happen, but in the middle of a season or towards the end of a season, sometimes those things happen. But rest assured that we are working on it. We are on top of this. We are aware of it, and we're working to come up with a system that's this more and more complicated system. We're trying to figure it out and beat it. So look for that.
Can I comment on that?
Please do.
This is really not anything new, right? I mean, we've been battling this problem for years. Because of, number one, we're not flush, as you painfully know, right? We're not flush with coaches. It's not like we have to interview five people for every position. That would be a nice problem to have. So a lot of times we don't get coaches until after the season starts and those kind of things. But I do appreciate you guys putting a lot of energy into this because, oddly enough, I was going to ask, I see we're approving a basketball coach tonight.
I was just gonna.
And it was like, but I understand. I mean, it's
So if we
tough.
say
It's
no,
not easy. But thank you for anything you can do to help approve that. We would.
Yeah, we're working on it, and it's not easy.
No.
And like I said, with all these new standards and the new things that the state throws, it just makes you want to write anybody well coach sometimes these days. But we're working on it.
And the standards are basically athletically based. I mean, usually if there's any kind of holdup, it's with the athletic portions of that. They still go through the FBI, BCI, which is a much quicker process
Correct.
than what the qualifications are through the state for coaching.
Yes. Yeah. That in fact, we're talking about doing some things to make it even easier for our people within this district to make that even a simpler process. But time will tell. But we are aware of it. Yeah, I wasn't happy to see a coach being board approved a week after the season's over, but we're aware that it's a problem, and we're working on it. We're not gonna sweep it under the rug. We're gonna get it done. All right. So thank you for that. Next, we've been working with, or I should say, Mr. DeVise is here tonight to talk. He said very quickly. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I haven't been home yet, so.
Okay.
It's a typical night for me.
But you want to come up here, Coach, and talk about the Adidas agreement?
Yeah, we're pretty excited. The athletic department's been working with the Booster Club, who purchases our uniforms. We recently signed a contract with Adidas. It's really a win-win for the school. The coaches in the past with the Booster Club have had to get 3 quotes and present that to the Booster Club, and it ended up that the boosters would buy the uniforms that the coaches wanted anyway. Have that being said, now they will just go to the Adidas book or the Adidas website. They can design their own uniforms, and I did some extensive research and compared some prices. And actually soccer is up for new uniforms, and I took their 3 quotes and I went through the Adidas book, and it was roughly $6 to $7 a set cheaper through the contract than what his cheapest quote was. So the Booster Club's going to save some money there in that regard. From the school's aspect, we're signing a 4-year contract. Adidas is going to give us $3,000 in product per year. So this is a $12,000 win for us, where coaches won't have to use their fundraiser account to purchase, coaching gear, which is what has happened in the past. So that's a good thing. They're going to give the school 4 banners. We'll also get a media backdrop, so when kids sign with colleges, we'll have a backdrop with the Viking head and the Adidas logo in the background. If we are able to get another school referral and they sign with Adidas, Adidas will give the school 40 free polo shirts. The stipulation with that is during game events, everybody that is working the game or participating in the game should have Adidas gear, which all our uniforms will be. So the new uniforms that the baseball team just purchased, they don't have to go out and buy new ones. Right, so as they cycle through, it just says that we have to buy Adidas. So shoes do not count in the contract, so the kids can still buy their Nike shoes or Under Armour, whatever they like, but the apparel needs to be Adidas, is the one thing that they ask. Any product that is ordered through the school through Adidas, we can save money. So, you know, Ms. Brock, if you wanted to order workout shorts, you could get them at a 40% discount.
Follow my Facebook.
Yes, yes, it's in a running now. So anything ordered through the school is a 40% discount on apparel and 35% discount on shoes. So we're in the process with Adidas. It should come up here in the next couple of days. There'll be a website where we'll open it up to the public. If they want to order through there and you just pay online with a credit card, the product will come to the school and they can come to the school and pick it up. They save the money. Now, if we were able to sell $50,000 in product in a year, Adidas will give us another $2,000 of product on top of the $3,000 that we get for signing the contract. So, yeah, like I said, for the school, it's a win-win because the Booster Club buys the uniforms anyway. But the coaches, I guess, will be able to get the uniforms and a nice uniform. Garfield and Crestwood both have signed Adidas contracts, and I talked to their ADs, and they have nothing but praises for the process. So it's been good for them.
Was this a competitive thing between Adidas, Nike, Under Armour?
Nike and Under Armour tend to go bigger schools.
Bigger schools.
Yeah, you don't find many
Okay.
Nike schools our size. So we're winning state championships every year. Probably pretty easier to do that, but
Next year.
yeah, next year. Sound like the Browns.
So how long, and you may have said this, how long is it for, it goes in cycle, what, 3 years?
This is a 4-year
4 years,
contract.
okay.
We originally had a 5-year drawn up, but the Boost Club wanted to go 4 because that would cycle every sport through to get new uniforms. And then if we don't like it, you know, we can opt out at that time. But like I said, Crestwood's been doing it and Garfield's been doing it, and they've really enjoyed the benefits of it.
Like, I noticed the baseball team is selling, going fundraiser, selling
Right.
apparel, so that would be part of that puzzle too, they could use.
Well, I mean, we could, but really, the online store is it's gonna benefit the public. We're not gonna get any kickback from that. That's just kind of a way of us saying, you know, we have this opportunity, you know, let's give it to the people in our district.
Would they still be able to do fundraisers?
Oh, they can still do fundraisers, yeah, yes, but what they wear in the game has to be
Right.
the Adidas uniform.
That's not equipment like what they're playing with.
Right, no. Like I said, shoes don't count in that either, 'cause I know kids want Nike shoes or whatever.
And that's for which, all sports?
All sports, yes. Yep.
Oh, 7 through 12.
Yeah, well, the way the Booster Club does it, they hand the varsity uniforms down, so we're not really gonna involve seventh, and, you know, it'll take a while to affect the middle school
Is
program.
this the first time we've ever done?
To my knowledge, yes. Which I mean, like I said, they're giving us $3,000 a year, which I don't know why it hasn't been explored in the past, but.
Exactly, because I know that Adidas, obviously with the smaller schools especially that I'm aware of, great working relationship.
Yes.
Great partnership with those schools.
And actually, our sales rep is phenomenal. He actually was out here, I was in the weight room last night with some kids at 6 o'clock. And he came out and he delivered, my wife ordered sports bras and other things. And of course, I had to get some, so he delivered these shorts to me last night at 6 o'clock. So, yeah, I think it's gonna be a win-win for everybody.
Yeah.
So we're pretty excited.
Good deal. Thank you.
Yep.
That's all I have. Thank you.
Treasurer's report. The high school principals update. I think Mr. Streeter should do them all. I'll just give him my list.
I wanted quickly to reiterate something that Mr. Bremen had shared about communication. I wanted to add to that actually. we've worked very hard this year. I know, again, this has been an issue in the past, and we've worked very hard in the high school to communicate better with Maplewood and with Biomed. As far as our daily announcements, I am in contact with their guidance counselor and their secretary every single day. So they get my announcements by email every day. They go into their cafeteria. They have a scrolling announcements bar in the cafeteria, so they go there. They also are posted on a bulletin board every single day. All of our letters that go home about ACT or testing go to our Maplewood students directly. So we've worked very hard on that this year, so I wanted to add, just so that, because I know that that's always a concern. So we have hopefully solved that issue a little bit better. Waiver Day was just a couple of weeks ago. I think it went very well. We have a survey out right now. They have till March 31st to complete it. So I'm just seeing some really great comments about the fact that teachers had the ability to choose the sessions that they attended that day. There were 4 sessions every hour that they could choose from, which really helped. Just, you know, when you sit in a professional development setting all day long, it's nice to be able to choose what you want to hear and what might be of interest to you or something that you can use in your classroom. So that was a great schedule. The fact that our teachers were the ones that presented at our waiver day has also come up. There's some people that still would like to hear some of the authors or the professionals that are out there. However, again, to piggyback on Mr. Brayman's levy comments, we have to really be conscious of our spending. And when you ask some of these people to come in, it's hundreds to thousands of dollars for a one-time shot, and then we never see those people again. So the plus with having our own staff present is that it's embedded, it's here. If somebody sees something on a waiver day and decides that this is something I want to try in my classroom, they can walk down the hall and see the person that presented and say, how can you help me with this, and what can we do to make this happen in my classroom? And that's just such a great opportunity for us to have here. When you have big, you know, names come in, those people come in, and then you never have an opportunity to see them again. So we really liked that aspect of it too. And again, I think it just went really well, and I'll share with you the survey results once we compile them all at the end of the month. Department meetings are going well. We just, again, completed those last week. We talked about culture and climate, and I have to say the department chair meeting that I sat in on, it was just a great hour of collegiality and talking about the climate and the culture in the building. And it was with all of our specials teachers, so it was really interesting to hear their perspectives. So those are going well. We are continuing to review for our ACT and our air testing, so that all of our staff meetings this week, we went over all of those processes that will be coming up very quickly. I can't believe I'm saying this, but caps and gowns were delivered this week. So it just feels like it's just flying by. So our representative was in this week and started handing those out already. Our high school band is competing at OMEA contest tomorrow evening, so that's another adjudicated event for them to show off their skills, so we're excited to have that happen. Our students today were at the Portage County Quiz Bowl, so that was really, Mr. Kaleo texted me, I think we came in 3rd in our division, so that was, he said he was extremely proud of the students. I just hadn't had a chance to talk to him before tonight, so I wanted to make sure I shared that. Also today, our students attended a leadership conference at Ravenna High School. There were about 20 9th and 10th graders that went to that. Again, I briefly saw Mr. Armentrout as he came back. He took our students today, and I had a quick second to speak with him. I'll be able to talk to some of the students tomorrow, so I'm excited to hear about it. But I know that the kids really enjoyed themselves, so that'll be good to hear what they have to say. And then the Viking of the Month, I just finished that bulletin board before tonight, and I just wanted to share one thing. I know that this is coming up, and I don't know if I've shared this before or not. You know, Portage County does a Student of the Month, a county-wide program, and we have typically been involved in that. Last year, we were involved in the event to celebrate our Students of the Month, which Waterloo had 2 in the county for the entire school year. Was really expensive. They did a dinner or a breakfast, and it just seemed, it was a giant room. We had 2 students there. It just seemed very impersonal and just something that I wanted to change. So we have every month recognized 4 students in the high school, and we are going to put together a culminating activity here at Waterloo with all of the students that have been named Student of the Month, inviting their parents, including the staff. So I just wanted to make it a little bit more personal and special to our students. So that will be, look for that. I'll be working on that over spring break to get all those details in place. But we have a date set in May to do our Viking of the Month recognition as well. And our College of the Month is Walsh University, which
Good one.
happens to be our superintendent's alma mater. So
Very nice school.
that's all I have. Any questions? Thanks.
Good evening, guys. I'm thinking in terms of 2 categories for my update, students and teachers. On the student front, our winter formal dance was a great success, and I just point that out because so many kids were jazzed up about it and excited along with their parents. But I just appreciated being able to just enjoy the evening, hanging out with the kids. There were 0 discipline issues. Everyone was dressed up. I even kind of had a dress code and everything, and they followed that, and they did a great job. This past Tuesday morning, I had the privilege to attend the Ohio Middle Level Association's Breakfast of Champions that was held in Independence, Ohio. And we were able to take 2 of our students and their parents, Cody Stump and Angelina Cacciola. They were our students who we chose to take to the breakfast as our representatives of our student leaders. So we were very happy to have that recognition for those 2 kids, and their parents were able to join them. Many of our middle school teachers have been working, kind of trying out on a trial basis a website called MobyMax. I think I talked about that last time I was here. And we're working towards purchasing an account license for several of the teachers who wish to continue to use that. But it's an online academic content and test prep site that will just give the students extra help and attention in their various academic areas. Testing is going very well. I have the keyword teamwork right here. We've been working on testing as a district with all 3 principals and the superintendent, our 2 school counselors, and Matt Dockery, our technology coordinator. And I was going over some things today with Peggy Shaver, and I'm just impressed again with, and I forgot Lauren Hutchinson, our special services director. I'm just impressed with the amount of teamwork that everyone has a role to play. And it's neat to see all those kind of cogs or those parts of the machine come together. And even to the point where there's good communication between like the counselors and the technology guy to make sure computers are set up and all of that runs effectively. It's really a team effort that takes all of us to be able to pull it off. Finally, the teachers, they deserve a lot of credit because they're going through extra training to be able to administer the state tests. Some teachers have never given a test online because they're new to this. Others haven't done it for a couple of years and some things have changed, but they're going through some extra training with Peggy and Cliff after school in the next couple of weeks, just to make sure they're right there ready to go with the technology, with how to get kids logged on and those kind of things. So I appreciate their hard work, and that's all I have. Thank you.
Mr. Walker just took half my agenda, so I'm going to be pretty brief. I had testing stole out from under me. We did just have an admin meeting though on testing, and we've been looking at a schedule. Michael Corey, our former high school principal, was really good with Excel, so I recycled one of his old testing schedules that he put together and just plugged in our new dates and times. So Cliff has been revising that with me, so that it works for our high school staff. And, Matt Dockery's been doing a really good job preparing us, with the different locations. We're trying to add as many locations this year as possible so that we are efficient, and, Jody Canale's doing an excellent job with students working through practice tests and the different aspects of it, the drag and drop. There's some user technology that's gonna be new to students, so she's, getting them used to that. The teacher of the month, I wanted to mention that. It was Mrs. Chandrick for this past month. I just wanted to highlight her. We have a really strong, obviously we have a strong elementary, but I think our kindergarten staff does a really excellent job, starting the careers for our students. So just wanted to highlight her and thank her for all that she does. She does an amazing job with our young folks. This last staff meeting we had, we discussed a little bit, gifted and accelerated students. It's something we're gonna continue to research how we can, with limited resources, there are districts that have gifted programming and gifted coordinators, so we're looking how in-house we can service those students, at the higher end, ability-wise. So we're gonna be meeting in our teacher-based teams to discuss some of those. Finally, last time I mentioned, we went to, where we were planning, I think last board meeting, we were planning to go to Ritztown to do some observations. That went really well. At our last department chair, we discussed climate and culture, like Mrs. Sandell mentioned, but we also discussed the experience at Ritztown and just shared ideas. I thought it was a great meeting. The teachers did a really good job with climate and culture and discussing, the positives in our district. I was really happy to see that. And then one last thing I was gonna mention. I gotta figure out a way to get Thora Green in here.
Sit down, sit down.
Our teachers went to a training today, for reaching challenging students, and this is how I'm gonna get Thora in here. I think our teachers do an outstanding job of reaching challenging students. We've had some transient students come through in the last several years, and they come with, their challenges, and a lot of it, no fault of their own, they just need the extra help. So I think that was a great training for our teachers to go to, and they're gonna bring, some information back and do a little mini training session at our next department chair staff meeting. And, so I'm excited to see what they get back from that. And we sent, some pretty solid teachers to that, who also were, at the waiver day doing their own presentations, and Mrs. Sandell mentioned that, so excited to see that. There's a lot of good things going on with the elementary staff. So that's it, thank you.
Maplewood?
Our featured program last month was cosmetology, and the instructor presented to us different things that the students are doing up there now, and competitions and things like that, and letting us know that in the near future there's going to be an adult cos program. Pretty much we'll be starting, I'm thinking, in the fall. And in 2 weeks I have an opportunity to go to the National School Board Conference in Denver. So when I go there, I'll be able to come back and share what I find out in Denver at the national level.
Got to go there a couple weeks ago, I don't know if you know that, but,
Yes.
they invited superintendents there for breakfast, and then, they divided us up into different programs, and I was in, probably the last place where I belonged, I was in the power machines, and, where I know absolutely nothing, but, the kids there they were phenomenal, breakfast was great, they had kids making us, omelets too, so, pretty awesome day, good morning. Really good. I don't love those machines, though.
Don't push buttons.
No, yeah.
Anybody got anything? Legislation?
Only one quick thing, currently there is the House Bill 49, which is the biennial budget on the floor of the state. And, that's, just the proposed biennial budget for the next couple of years for 2018 and 19. The Ohio School Board Association spoke, trying to repeal that a little bit and adjust that, so we'll see what happens there, but that was yesterday, so that's all.
New business. Brian, got some new business?
No, nothing new for me, thank you.
And then move on to the consent agenda. Can I have a motion to accept the consent agenda?
Second.
Who made the second?
And roll call?
Whittlesey,
Yes.
Gump,
Yes.
Fletcher,
Yes.
Pusateri,
Yes.
Brock.
Yes. Superintendent business?
Well, you know, I have one thing I want to point out, letter A. We're gonna continue on with our relationship with, Cuyahoga County, BSC. We do a lot of things, to help out our district. What I'd like to do sometime soon, maybe next month, is just give a presentation, so you have I feel better if you guys have a good comprehensive understanding of what that, ESC does for our school district. So I'd like to, during my time, next month, just do a very quick and dirty presentation on what they do for our district. Other than that, that's all I have.
Treasurer's business.
I don't have anything unless you have any questions.
Any questions? Can I get a motion to adjourn?
Executive session?
Donnie and Brian. We don't have to go motions to executive,
Yes.
oh, then we're going to an executive session, but we will not have anything come out for the people here. Can I get a motion to go executive?
So moved.
I'll second.
Before we vote, comment or question, is there any chance that we'll have any action and when we return from the executive session?
No.
No, okay.
Did you just hear me?
Well, I heard you, but I didn't believe you.
I already asked that question
Why?
before the meeting.
Oh, yeah. I thought we may have to do something.
Now I wonder if we should do it.
Why?
The roll call.
Pusateri,
Yes.
Fletcher,
Yes.
Whittlesey,
Yes.
Gump,
Yes.
Brock.
Yes.